Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Maniacal S10 Shop and Garage. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy and had a blessed weekend. Peace everyone. Okay, in one of my distant videos I've already done, I'm going to show you the difference between the 60s, 70s alternator and voltage regulator. So, here comes the video. And thanks to all my subscribers, appreciate all the followers, subscribers, and I hope you like the video, helps you out, and informational, educational, and if you haven't already, I hope you do subscribe and notification bell and you're brought up to speed. So let's get this show on the road. Okay. Try to stay in the video and not block everything off at the same time, so let's see how that works out. Okay. Now I'm going to get the camera video turned around. Okay, this is the 60s alternator. I have one of my 66 Chevy El Camino. And if I don't drop everything off the table here. Alright. For the relay, or regulator, should say, sorry about that. F for fields, if you can read that. Oops, I'll hold the camera. Video. There. What's left of it. Hot wire alternator to the battery terminal. And these little dots about the size of, well, dimes. Those are diodes. They're a power booster. This is the bearing. That's a condenser to take out the static and take up excess juice, and as we can see right there, the ground, or better ground. Now when these alternators are working correctly, this battery, listen to me, the back bearing will have a magnetic pull to it. Same with the 70s alternator. And I get this to cooperate. The battery, as you can see, bearing, and this is into where the voltage regulator is at. Now the 70s are built in, the 60s are not, and actually this here now is a voltage regulator that works in conjunction with this alternator. They used to have screws instead of rivets where you take the cap off, which I'm not going to do, and take a point file and file the points down to keep using the same voltage regulator for many, many years and many, many miles. But this is the old school stuff. This is more what I'm used to working on, because when I was trained to work on these, I was also trained to take them apart and rebuild them, and once I got them, I never bought another alternator. I rebuilt my own, and with the starters too, and that'll be another video. And here's the OEM box that the voltage regulator came in. On the bottom, not really. I got this at a swap meet down in Miami town, Edgewater. So it cost $5. I bought it just for this video and this alternator, because once I'm done with these alternators in this video, I'm going to scrap them. Unless someone wants them, let me know. I'm on Facebook. Or leave a comment on below on this video, and we'll try to work something out on this, because I'm going to scrap them. I don't need them. Okay, let's get this video started on getting them apart. As I said, if anyone wants these alternators, they will be in parts, pieces. I will have them for a while. And if you want them in pieces, I'll give them to you. And we'll iron out details on how you can get them. This I'm not going to take apart, the voltage regulator. It goes with it too. Okay. Oh, and by the way, As you can see from the 60s, 70s, and to the 2000s, what a difference. Same function, just different design. This one I'm keeping, goes to my '08 Pontiac. 60s, 70s, 2000s. All right. Now then, now to get these bad boys pulley nuts broke loose and get these apart. See how this comes out. Alrighty. These can be a bear to get loose. Trust me. This hasn't been apart since it was made, and I'm not sure what year it was made, but it's a 60s alternator. See if I picked up the right one. I said that. Yep. Okie doke. Nut size 15/16. Let's get the air ready. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes not, but these things hasn't probably been apart since they new. Okay, I need more air pressure than that. So let's go turn the air compressor back on. Be right back. Excuse the noise, air compressor, but gotta have air. Alright. See what kind of a challenge we've got here. One thing I've pre-done is break the other nut loose on the other alternator and break these bolts loose here. And these bolts here are 15/16 for the body, 15/16 for the pulley nut. Now let's get some tools and the gloves on. Okay, let's see what challenge we're up against getting this nut loose. What are we doing up here? Ah, voila. All right. The one already broke loose. Let's try the other one. Whoops, hold on. Basically just to jam the pulley, 1/4" Craftsman drift pin, or alignment pin. See what we got. Voila. Not much of a challenge, but that's a plus. Okie dokie. Off to the side for now. Some of these tools put up, I don't get too cluttered over here. Compressor kicked off. That eases up on the 220. Alrighty, what we got here? Check the stay in. This is the pivot bolt part, and this is the adjustment bolt up here. So here, give you a little bit better view of this. The adjustment, the pivot. Pivot always goes down. At least on the older model, but yeah, the newer ones, I'll show you. There's a solid mount bracket here on the back of this for the old '08 Pontiac. There's a pivot bolt once you get these two undone. And from that point, well, your anchor bolts right here, pivot, that's it. Your belt tensioner and serpentine belt's what sets the tension. Alrighty then. Let's see what we've got. This out of the way for now. Oh yeah, I do want to bring your attention in a near future update and or modification. This is going on the Pontiac upper radiator hose. I want a clear one on this, just for what I'm going to call under the hood engine bay or engine bay graphics. I'm going to finish designing and fabricating the nipples to get this to fit in the other radiator hose. By the way, the other the heater hose bypass over the Pontiac with the two clamps, clear hose, reinforced, brass elbow, barbed outside, 3/4 inch. That's where she's going. Okay, let's see about getting this apart. And I used to, the part was so off, it agrees the bearings. Alrighty. See what we've got here. And that should be coming out. There we go. Now I need to show you something at this. The thicker shim goes to the inside down in the housing. This thin shim goes on top of the pulley. Something shut like this. And this one goes like so to the inside, or between the pulley and the housing. Alright, let's see. Flip it up this way for now. Let me get my gloves off now. I'll do all the bare hand that I can. Hopefully you'll be able to see some of this. Hopefully all of it. Got the OEC going here. Fan. That hissing noise is the air compressor, but background traffic too. I'll also show you how to put these things back together. Very simple. It may not be in pieces. Someone decides that they want these. Alright. There's that. There's technically like a torque spec to these all their body bolts. Just snug them, use your own torque pattern. Just snug them down. I'm doing a 70s version first. Wasn't expecting it, but that's what I picked up. Out so long. Verse 3, one more to go. old trusty steel welding table. Top for the vise. Okay. Okie dokie. Now I got some surface to work with. What I may do later, another tabletop. I'll set it to where I can put this on a pivot bolt and anchor it to the tabletop here. Or another tabletop that I may do that. That'll be toward the end of the summer project if I decide to do this again. It just dawned on me. Or I'll make one I can just clamp it to this, which I should have already done. But this will work good too. Alright. Alrighty then. Trusty ball peen. Don't have to do this hard. And it's, give me a second here, here's some info for you. Alright, let me do this for you. I almost forgot about this. Give me a second, I'll get this turned around. Okay, there's the alternator info. Unfortunately, this one's already wore off. But there's nothing else on this one. Okay, back to the drawing board. Okay. Yeah, back to this. Alright. The brush is going to come loose, but I'll show you how to fix that up. Almost got it. Voila. And then there's the inner bushing. You got to get these in order. And out the armature comes. This is the armature. Could use a touch up on it and clean up the brush pad. But that's the armature. By the looks of it, it's good. I can't test these. Back in the day, the old machine shops, they could test them with a hacksaw blade and a magnet. That, I didn't get that far on doing that. But when I rebuilt my alternators, I took it back to the shop, not my shop, or our shop, but the parts store shop, and had them test the alternator. Every one of my rebuilt, it's what we like, thumbs up. Okie dokie. Let's see. Okay. Let me dust this bad boy off a little bit so we can see a little better. Let me get down the brushes so I don't lose them. Compressor time! Okay. Now then. To give you somewhat of a look in here to this. That's the voltage regulator. And right here's where the bush is at, well you can't see my finger in a way. See one hanging there, that's the brush set. It's the heat sink. And there's the condenser, as you can see. Okay, there's a better picture of this. If I don't blur it. Okay, and give me a second here. Follow my brake line pointer. Voltage regulator. Brush setup. Condenser. Heat sink, and all this connects to this. And it press in bearing. If you don't let them go bad, you can take them back out, re-grease them, and keep right on trucking. And this is the connection, whoops, right here, for the system. I'm looking for, which I don't see, hold on a second, if I don't lose everything here, hopefully not. Let's see, okay, so that's there. That's to the battery. And to the field and the regulator, or voltage regulator. And the ground just hooks right into the body itself. It doesn't function anything on the inside. It just grounds it. So there we are. And this little hole right there, I'm going to use a piece of MIG wire, clamp tight wire, paper clip to put the brush set back in so you can get the armature back in. Right there. I'm going to show you this here shortly. Okay. Now then, I'm down to have a piece of, whoops, I'll get that later. With a piece of spare wire for this brush setup. Tell you what, give me a second. If nothing gives way, I'm going to tip this, see how this goes. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a bear. Ah, there goes one. They just go in hand tight. At times it can be a bear getting them undone. This has been ages since these have been apart. If they've been apart. Other than at the factory, Delco Marine. I got to recheck on something. It's been ages I took these apart. I gotta get memory flashback on this. There's one spring out. The springs doesn't make any difference. Brushes do. The other spring. There we go. And the ones you probably didn't see good the first time. Against my t-shirt. There we go. Okie dokie. Now then, I got to be bigger to fit to here. All right. That's one of that. Whoops. Let's see what this will do for me. Air compressor. bring back memories. All the good ones. These nuts don't make any difference which way they go back on. Okay, need all those pliers. See if these will work. If I don't, if they don't, I got others. I'm taking the field loose from, I forgot what this is called, so I get it out and I'll show it to you. Okay. Urgh. Takes a little bit of finagling, but we'll get it. Alright, out of the way. Stay on up. Nothing breaks. That's a plus. I forgot what they called this. It's been so darn many years ago. But back in the day, maybe still on the internet somewhere, you can still find these parts. Now to get this out of here. Underneath the brush set, which is right here, here's the voltage regulator. Big difference, huh? And this is the way that sits. These two indentations sits on these two dowel pins. I told you a little backwards earlier. This is not the regulator, it's the brush set. It fits on top of the voltage regulator. These are replaceable too back in the day and still may be. That's how that fits together. Now, put this back in. Well, here. I'll show you this part. Up here, and right where you see my finger at, lets the heat out of the alternator, is where the voltage regulator and the brush set bolt to. And maybe a better view of the heat sink and the heat sink and power transfer to and the condenser. There you go. Okay, that's together. All right. Now, I've got to get some fine wire so I get this brush set back in. So let's see what I've got here. Okay, wire cutters. Let's see what I can do here. Ouch. It don't take much. It don't take much. All right. Now then. Actually, the brushes don't look all that bad in this brush kit at all. There's over half of it. The brushes are still there. So I believe this will work. Take the spring. Move the brush out of the way. Hope nothing breaks off. Slide it back in the hole. like so. Now is somewhat the tricky part. One spring at a time. You don't want these things flying out or you're just out of luck. On the spring, push down, and can't really get them in back because one won't fit, and two, the slot right there and over here, do you see them? That's where the brush wire goes into. And just push them down in there. I hope you don't get smacked hit in the face with one of these. Doesn't really hurt, but be careful of the eyes. I don't need my goggles on for this one. Probably more intense, definitely. And the same procedure for this. Spring in, push down, keep where you see it, and get the brush compressed. And there you are. That's how that's done. That's how we did it back in the day. Oh, the good old days, I miss them. All right, now then. Oh yes, before I get ahead of myself. Now, this oval slot right here, and from the inside, that's where the wire goes through. Now to put the regulator back in. Now, come on. A little bit of finesse here, a little bit here, a little bit there, works wonders. Okay, there we go. Now then, I've got to remember, okay, fits like so. All right, I see what's going on here now. Hold on. This is what I'm going to do. Okay, I bent the hook straight. I'm going to reverse this whole system here. Out so far, handle. There we go. And back together. Bend the handle back straight so you can get it through that oval slot. Right there we go. And I'll show you something here in a second. All right. Now one Phillips screw that doesn't have an insulator. As this fits in, goes to the top, which would be, let's see, how would that fit? I'll put them in this way for you. That way you see how they go. Not insulated. The other two, this one, well, get my finger out of the way. Insulated, insulated, non-insulated. That's the way they have to go on. The two bottom ones, insulated, doesn't make a difference which hole they go to, but this one's non-insulated. That's the only bolt that'll work with that one. Okay. Get this bad boy back together. Oh, had it backwards for you. Sorry about that. The way the brushes fit into the armature right here. This is how it will look. Insulated, insulated, non-insulated. The two insulated ones goes down and closer to the brush set. Now let's get this back together. It's a little tedious, but we'll make it. Okay, let's see. Okay. Two hooked. And a third one's hooked. Just snug them good. That's all you gotta do. Because that's porcelain and it's easily broke. And there we are. You don't pull this wire just yet. As you can see, don't pull that wire yet. Got to get the armature in first. So, on that note, I'll put this little 4 eyelet setup back in. I got a little ahead of myself on this one. The insulated bolt to go closest to the heat sink that you don't see in it now. The bolt's going to go through this long eyelet. It happens, but no harm's done. Before I get all this back together for this one, I'm going to take them apart and show you the difference. Then we'll get them back together and we're done. As you can see, this all takes time. You don't make a difference in the sequence, just snug them. This is ready to go back together. A little bit here. Okay. Alright. pulley off. There we go. Now we don't get these mixed up. And actually, the bushing for this pulley for the 60s model is made to the pulley. And that's just a washer. Whoops. Just a washer. Oh yeah, hold on. While I'm thinking of it, the inside of the front cover and the bolts back off. They don't break off, hopefully not. Take the bearing out, grease it if it's still good. This one is still good. Just grease it and she's good to go for X amount of miles, X amount of years, and back together. All there's anymore are disposable starters. They don't want you to rebuild them anymore. They don't make the money off of them. Another bushing. That's over the pulley to the front cover on the outside. Now let's get this bad boy apart. Well. Alrighty, let's check in on something here. That slug's a little looser than I thought it would be. Aha, there we go. 5/16 on the 60s model for the body bolts. Let's do a quick comparison. You don't roll off on my foot. 60s, 70s. Looks like the pitch on the threads is different, so we're going to find out shortly. Here's the 70s. I want to see if it's going to fit into. Whoops. Okay, your body bolts interchange. That's a plus. Okie dokie. It's going to be dinner time after this. So how was everyone's Memorial Day weekend? I know it's been a little bit, but y'all have a good, safe one? Hope so. How's all your projects come along? Any new ones? Finishing up one? In the middle of one? Okay. Like me, to get old, you get kind of crusty, you got to break yourself loose. Those alternators list a little younger than I am. I'm 62, almost 63. I wasn't quite expecting that to come out that way, but it did. Yeah, she's about locked up. Maybe. Give me a few here and see what we can do. That should do it. Surely have a rag handy. Ah. Well, yeah, there it is. My gloves covered it. All right. So we don't damage the threads. Don't rubber mallet because I'm not putting the nut back on it yet. There you go. Now you know what that sound is. There's the inner bushing. We use some cleaning up. Blow off some of that. Some superfine emery cloth. And by the looks of it, put her back together, and she should work. The 60s model, same setup. Get the springs out. Like I said, you lose them, you're up creek without a paddle. Not like me, dusty. Maybe I should say it the other way. I'm about as dusty as it is, or was. Okay. Quite a bit of difference. Diodes, power booster. Without these working, you won't put out enough amps to get her to charge good. And these are a press fit. Very, very delicate. Very delicate. Okay. Let's see what I can get myself into on this. Phillips first. And the brushes go back together the same way the 70s does. Because I think transition over 70, because I had a 72 Chevelle, I couldn't find the bulge regulator outside. Called my Air Force buddy up, he said, they're built into the bulge regulator is built into the alternator. I thought, oh crap. So I had to learn how to rebuild them and figured all that out. I was self-taught on that one. The 61 I was trained to do. Watch out for the little washers in there. These brushes are about right at half wore down. Yeah, buddy. It be the same size. Of course not. Of course they won't be. That'd be too convenient. There we go. These are 11/30 seconds. Little washers, just be careful. Okay. Intricate little joker. Let's have to take that out. Don't want to lose them. But be careful. These little pieces you can see come out. You don't want to drop or lose them. I started with that one wet. Oh, I almost broke a sweat on that one. And there's the other brush. As you can, well, hang on a second. As you can see, they're about half wore down. I still say that they will work. This is the brush kit. Darn it. I'm going to lose the air if I'm not careful. Okay. I'll put that over there if I do drop it and can't find it. That would stink. Huh. Ah, there it is. Mother spring. Okay. Well, taking all of this other apart, follow my pointer here. The little terminals, the diodes, your power amp, the wires that hook to the brush setup. Oops, sorry about that. And this aluminum plate, once you unbolt it, then you got to press the diodes out and press them back in. Delicately. And this right here is the condenser. Takes excess juice. And this little piece right here, if I don't lose everything, I forgot about this from years back, decades back I should say. If you can see it, the one wire that's not connected in there, it's to the screen at 11 a.m. This hooks between that and the brush setup. It's a jumper, I'll say jumper cable for it, but it's also got an insulator. I'm not sure how that one works. Now, I've done forgot a lot of this. Okay, before anything else goes on, another piece of wire. So hold on. Okay. Put the spring and the brush assembly back together. Don't let that brush start flying out or you're going to lose your spring and then you're up the creek. The wire's not going to hurt the brushes at all. Just put it in like that, you got it. I'm going to go shut that compressor off. I'm done with it. Save my electric, save my bill. Everything's going up too high anyway, so save what I can. All right. Alrighty. Okie doke. Darn it. Yeah, this is tedious too. All right. Now then. I don't want to forget this. So hold on a second. I almost did. Huh. All right. I think that fits like so. Okie doke. Connected. Connected. Now I have to remember how this. Aha! Okay. Hold on. Oops. Ah. Test your patience. Trust me. I used to do this all the time back in the day. Of course, it was like back of my hand doing it. Okay. We're getting there. Wowie, golly, wolly, and gee whiz. Okay. Whoops. Let me get a magnet. Wait a minute. Maybe I have one over here? Yep. This takes a while. Drink some water, break a sandwich, and end up probably needing it. Because I'm not taking all this apart and rebuilding it. Reason why it's not taking much time. It's almost like time lapse. Okay, everyone. Except for the wire almost pulling out. That's what she looks like back together. Oh, wow, we're over an hour on this. That's alright. We got all afternoon. And there it is. Now this piece here, that jumper, I would take some, 320 emery, something super fine, and clean that off real good. I'm just not going to fool with it. And yes, a time or two back today, that aluminum plate, horseshoe, with the diodes pressed in and out, I broke a few of those. It's tedious, delicate, gingerly work. Okay, as I promised earlier, well, told you I would. As soon as I get this set up to where you see it. Okay, I don't want the temperatures mixed up. That can go to there. Okay. Oh. Well, got the hole in the ground. Okay, I'm going to turn this around so I can show you and compare. But rebuilding one or the other won't take nearly as long as what this video is taking. I'm just showing you the difference. There's the 70s. Here's the 60s. Look at the difference. Wow. Those diodes, I would say, are shot. But once you get back together, and I'm not going to have it tested. Just not going to fool with it. Because I can't use either one of them. So like I said earlier in the video, someone out there in YouTube land wants them. They're free. Have them check, see what happens, and go with it. If they don't work for you, whatever you want to do with them. We'll iron out details later. Okay. Okay, everyone. I'm going to give it a month till I get this video uploaded by in the morning. And today is the 11th of June. I'm going to give it to the end of July. If no one responds, they're gone. And the voltage regulator. Maybe that. I said earlier in the video I wouldn't keep the voltage regulator, but I just changed my mind. I will keep that if no one wants it. The alternators, they're gone. Okay, done with that. Now, let's get these back together. First armature here, I would just put it in this way. Okay. And in we go. I'm not even greasing the bearing, as you can see. I'm not doing nothing extra to them. Okie doke. Okay, there's that one. There's this. Okay, there we go. Now you can also, if I forget to tell you, mighty modification, you can take this front cover loose, move it a bit to a different position and get it to work where you need it to. Or back to where it was. Alright, I got to. Oh. Alright. Now then apparently my armature's not in there far enough. Here I was thinking it is. Or did I get it turned around on myself? Which I might have. Let's see. I think I did. Oh, let's see what the difference might be on this. If any. Other than the winding, I don't think there's any, I don't see any difference. So let's see what's going on. Okay. That's nifty and neat. Okay. Okay, let's see. This. Whoops, getting ahead of myself. Well, for whatever reason, that's not fitting. Of course, neither is that one. So, let's see what we've got here. For whatever odd reason, it's catching to something. I just don't know what. Wasn't quite expecting that. Huh. Well, let's see what I've got here. A little bit of persuasion here. Well, that's not working. Let's try something. Let's check something here first. I wonder. I got a hunch I know what it is. Wonder. Let's see. I should just fall right back into place. check something out here a minute. I know that went in. That just flopped right in there. Whoops. It happens. I think I know what's wrong with the other one. Before I go any further with this, I need to check on something. Oh, my shims! I called them bushes earlier. Sorry about that. Still got to put, oh, whoops. We're $1.13 now by the looks of it. Yep. That's all right. And there's that one. Maybe I'll clean a little bit of a gap right there to get the nose piece cover back on. It's a bit big. Okay. Yeah. Mechanic's job's never done. Okay. We gotta back up a minute. I gotta put another spacer in here. A little bit too much. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Maybe not. Get a little ahead of myself here. Hold on. Yep. I missed the shim spacer. No biggie. Easy fix. After this, shower, go eat. Show you something else I suggest you to do. Other than get all the shims back on. Just a little bit of trans fluid. Oh, actually, hold on a minute. Let's clean off the field collar on this, get all the corrosion off of it. Makes that front cover go on that much easier. Now, let's see what we've got here. There we go. Now we're cooking with natural gas and meatloaf. Now you want to tighten up the body bolts or housing bolts, and they start a tight pattern. That way you don't get in a bind, just like lug nuts. Alright. I might have the wrong shim in there. Now I'm all locked up. Yeah, we'll get her figured out here in a minute. No biggie. Okay. Maybe I had it right to begin with. Just gotta figure all this out, that's all. Before I go any further, okay. Okay, where's my cooling fin? There it is. Cooling fin. That's what this is. Cooling fan. Still to me something's not right. I don't think it had that much play in it. That's the only part I didn't check, was the end play. Normally you don't have to. Okie dokie. Well, let's give it a try and see what we got. So far so good, but it's not tight yet either. Well, there went that. She's locked up. I want to figure out my shims, or I just don't need as many as I thought I would. I didn't check my end plate. That's what I regret doing now. That just don't seem right. Oh, okay, there we go. I just haven't tightened the nut up yet, but There she is. Pull the wire out like so. And your brushes are back on the armature. And there we are. I scrapped this. $1.50. Alright, now let's see about this one. I've got a hunch I know what the problem is with this one. I've got the hunch I know what it is. Unfortunately, I don't recall turning it backwards though. So I'll get ready to find out and get this thing back together, and we're done. Whoops. Darn it. Now let's see what we've got. Looks good. That doesn't mean that it is. Ah, voila. Okay. Oh yeah. Almost forgot. Let's clean this one up too. Yep, same end play. Okay. Just a little rusty. Me, that is. Pardon me. My stomach thinks my throat's been cut. Ah, first time dropping the bolt down there. I'm doing darn good. Also, it means I'm just tired and I missed the table time. Okay. We about got it whooped. And my ratchet doesn't quit. Uh-oh. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I'm getting tired trying to put the socket on a ratchet. The bolt side of the socket. That don't work. I'm getting tired now. Tireder. We got it now. Whew. The same way with this one to the wires to the other one. Brushes are connected. You can pitch the wire. At least I do. No, then. Thinner shim, right there. The pulley, of course. And this should do it. Neither one, let's see. This one didn't spin at first. Now she does. She's freed up. All right, everyone. That's all for today. That's all for me. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. It's time to clean up and go eat. Chow time. So everyone, hope all this helped out. Information, education, shortcuts when you can, and getting the rust out of the old system here and getting more gears turning. You find somebody cracked in the tooth missing, but yeah, as you get older it happens. We're about 45 into this and we're not doing too bad. So keep the wrenches turning, easy on the knuckles, stay safe always, that's first priority, and hope this all helps out. And once again, if you haven't already, I hope you subscribe, notification bell, and we're up to speed. Hope you like the videos, hope it all helps you out, and until next video, more than likely with the upper radiator hose for the G6 coming up, I'm going to do another hose, or do a hose on the Aveo, and that's pretty much, other than the oil paint on the Aveo, I'm going to see about doing a gasket. I got material, and we'll see about doing that one too. So three more videos coming up, and whatever else falls after that. So that's the plan anyway. So peace out, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye.